Hey everybody, welcome back to In Bed with a Millennial. I'm the Millennial Javeda Bay, and this is my bed. And happy Black History Month. It is officially February, and depending on who you are, you may love this month, you may be so about this month, you may be like, this month, for a variety of reasons. Not because it's Black History Month, but because it is the month that holds Valentine's Day, which essentially means that this month is like all about love. And depending on how you feel about that, you may got some thoughts, some feelings, some stuff bubbling up. But I'm hoping that you're here watching this video because you're on the good side of it and you're like, yes, I love love. I love Valentine's Day. It may be like a capitalistic, like spend your money type of holiday, but it invokes like the feeling of romance and love and being doted upon. And who doesn't want that? Some people, but like I want it. And if you're here, you probably want it. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're talking about romance because we don't talk about romance enough. We talk about love and sex, but not romance. So I'm going to talk about it. Also because February is Creative Romance Month. So let's get creative together, shall we? Before we dive in, obviously, what is romance? Well, according to the Oxford English Dictionary, it is a feeling of excitement or mystery that is connected to love. That's the noun version. The verb is to court or to woo. So really all romance is just like intentionality and like actually like showing someone that you care about them. So yeah, romance it's a beautiful thing, and it can look a lot of different ways because everybody's different. Everybody enjoys different types of things. And that even applies to romance. So what does that mean, Jave? It means that one, you should get to know the person you're trying to romance. Like, don't just come out here trying to recreate every rom-com you've ever watched and think that's going to work for everybody, because it ain't. Also, majority of the stuff that's done in rom-coms is so impractical to do in real life. So like, again, why would you try that? But it's important to like know the person you're trying to romance, so that way you can actually tailor it and be intentional and like, I'm trying to court you, I want to woo you, or like I really want to invoke these feelings, so that way the love is like clear between us and not some random stranger that I don't know nothing about. Okay? So when talking about romance, it's important to like recognize like the benefits of like having romance within relationships, or even just with yourself, because there are a lot of benefits. One being that romance can help keep the spark alive, and y'all know what I mean by the spark. It's like that thing that we all like are like clamoring for in terms of relationships, like the thing that's like, ooh, like it's ablaze, like I can feel the passion. Romance helps with that, because if you are intentionally planning things to woo somebody, to court them, to like invoke these feelings of excitement, it definitely keeps things a little like fresh and like, I like it, so maybe like give romance a chance in the sense of like revitalizing your relationship, or really just like focusing on like keeping the spark alive. If it's already there and you want to keep it burning, romance will help you do that. Or if it's like, yo, we've been in this relationship for a minute, things have kind of tailored off and we're just like at a plateau, things are just like a little monotonous, romance can spice it up, add a little razzle dazzle to the monotony. Another reason that we should like really like be intentional in trying to romance each other is because it helps with intimacy. Think about it. When's the last time you went on like a really romantic date, and it like really like allowed you to have time to get close with your partner in a non like sexual activity type of way? Like romance really does that. If somebody's like, hey, actually I planned a date for us, and they surprise you and it's like a horse-drawn carriage ride in like Central Park, I don't know, okay, that is a movie scene, but like, you know what I mean? It's like really sweet. You got some like private alone time together. So romance is really good, and especially for folks that have children, romance really helps in that intimacy piece. Because like it's hard to find the time to just be y'all two alone. So romance can help with that, so that way y'all are still intimate in a variety of ways in your relationship. So like, don't knock romance. It helps in the intimate area as well. Since it is Creative Romance Month, we need to talk about how to get creative with romancing people, because as I said, just trying to recreate everything you see in rom-coms, probably not gonna work. I don't think you got the bank account that'll allow you to do that, nor do I think that like everybody's gonna actually enjoy those things. So how do you get creative? Well, one, I want you to like really listen to what your partner tells you when they're like, oh, I would love to do this thing, or I would love to like experience this. Like, take note of those things. If you ain't got a notes in your freaking phone or whatever of like the things that your partner tells you like randomly, and you're like, oh, I just better keep track of that. That's how you can get creative. Actually listening to people. So it's really not even you being creative. It's you listening enough that you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this wild thing that they said they wanted to do for them, instead of them having to wait until like they can like make it happen, unless it's something they want. Like, don't be like that episode of Sex and the City where Samantha wanted to buy herself that ring, and then what's his name bought it for her, and she was like, oh, but I wanted to buy it. So like, just like listen carefully, but get creative. Like, don't think that you have to recreate everything. Like, if y'all's first date was like a walk on the beach, like, don't think that that's the only romantic thing you can do together. No, it could be like taking a private like sushi rolling class together, or I don't know, there's this like thing you can purchase. It's like a art canvas thing, but you like do the thing on it, and it like turns it into like it's like painting with your bodies. So there's a lot of different ways to get creative with your romance. So like, take some time, think about creative things. Don't just think that it just has to be dinner and a movie, though I will never knock dinner and a movie. I love me a good dinner and a movie date. But there are also so many other things that you can do, especially because like, we need a little bit of creativity. Like, things are real rough out here. Things are treacherous out here. So a little bit of creativity of a like new fun romantic thing to do is always nice and welcomed. And if you're like, Javay, all right, I want to do something, but like creativity is not my thing, I don't even know where to start. Did you think I was not going to help you? I got you. If you are in that boat and you're like, I don't even know where to begin, I offer this amazing service. It's called Pleasure RX Sessions, where you and I meet one-on-one. You give me the lowdown, the skinny on your partner and you, what y'all like to do, what you don't like to do, all those details. And I plan the perfect date for y'all. Okay, perfect is heavy. I plan an amazing, creative, romantic date for y'all. So if you're like, yo, I can't do this on my own, I can do it with you. And then your partner will be like, oh my goodness, you planned this? Yeah, baby, I did. You can take all the credit. They ain't gonna know. But yeah, let me help you be super creative and romantic, because why not? So if you're like, yo, I want to do that, you need to go and book a session with me at this link. And it'll be a good time. It'll be a great time. But yeah, moral of the story here is, though this is a capitalistic, like ridiculous holiday in some people's eyes, it is a holiday that some people look forward to, because it's just like blaring lights saying like, ooh, love, love, love on me. So if that's your partner, if that's you, run with it. Take advantage of it. Be romantic this Valentine's Day. Don't think you got to do the same thing you always do. Also, like, think about you and your partner and define romantic for y'all, not for like what mass media tells us romance actually looks like, because it looks different for everyone. But like, be intentional. Put some romance out there. See how much it like helps in terms of like intimacy and just like having some closeness with your partner. But yeah, go get romantic, because it's a good time. And yeah, make sure you're subscribed to this YouTube channel, and you're following me on all the social media platforms, and you're subscribed to my podcast. And make sure that you're signed up for my email newsletter, because you know that's where the goodies are. And if you don't do any of those things, it's Black History Month, so you kind of have to. And if you don't, so take that as you will. But yeah, until next time, I'm gonna see you later. Deuces.